This is Croydon Radio.
Croydon Radio.
Right, now it is my absolute pleasure to introduce my guest today, Miss Lorin LaFave from the Breck Foundation. Welcome, Lorin. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Cheryl. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thanks very much. Now, I wanted to get Lorin on the show today to tell us a bit more about the Breck Foundation. I had the pleasure of attending the recent charity event, the Breck Fest, which was held here at Matthews Yard in Croydon. And it was absolutely brilliant. I was pleased to see how well supported it was.
Everett ended up being dumbstruck. It was really great young boys, and I kept thinking, oh man, my daughters aren't old enough, and I'm way too old, and these guys are cool.
It's not fair, is it? No, it was so good. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Breck Foundation and what it is that you're sort of promoting?
Yes, well, we set up the Breck Foundation to try to make something good come out of the tragedy of losing my son, Breck, when he was 14 years old. He was groomed online by an online predator, and this was 2 years ago that it happened, and probably 3 years ago when they met. Everyone that helps, it's out of the goodness of their hearts,
yeah.
and it affects us all. It's not just about Breck. It's not just about
That's
our own
what I was
children.
saying to you, off air.
Everyone's
that
children.
One of the things that really sort of hit home for me during that the Breck Fest was that when you got up to speak, you said, "We're not doing this for me or for my family. We're doing this for everyone, for you." Yeah. And that is so true, because we can all be affected by this in some way, shape or form. And as you said, even as adults, we need to have that awareness and keep ourselves in check. To my parents or my teachers or whatever. But, the BBC documentary that was aired a few months ago, I thought was, it was brilliant. It's the sort of thing that it sticks in your mind. Everybody I've spoken to, friends, relatives, have all said, as soon as I mentioned the story, they said, "Oh, we saw that on the, it was so well done, and it's made me think now, and it's made me talk to my children." And I think, sadly, we have to talk to our kids at a younger age now, because of the world that we live in, and because of the advent of all this modern technology.
Absolutely.
They're exposed to things quicker. I don't believe that there's necessarily any more paedophiles than there were 25 years ago when I was a kid.
But there is easier access.
But there's easier access for them to get hold of
I mean, I was pleased with the BBC documentary Murder Games, and the fact that the boys, Breck's gaming friends and school friends, came on and spoke really made it much more